Oxygen not included. All right, starting up the game. YouTube is weird. My YouTube subscriber minigame. I don't know, just watching the number go up slowly over time. It's going well. I don't understand it. I feel like I should be doing a better job with YouTube, but I also just want to play my video games. I'm going to try and do more new things in this game. That was a comment that I got. It was days ago now because I was pre-recorded for a long time. But yeah, I should try and do new things. So new things would be exploring the other asteroid, or I want to get new technology too, though. Exploring space stuff. What was I doing last time? I had just sorted out this system. Kind of. I was supposed to hook this up to this storage. So I could always do that, like at the end of a video or off video or anything like that too. But I do have to keep maintaining this system and getting it like hooked up completely. I have to make sure that my water numbers are going up. I think they are. I wanted to process new liquid into my base. I think I'm doing that through right here. Right, and I'm putting out polluted oxygen, but these deodorizers should handle that. And I'm going to create polluted dirt, which will go into compost, which will give me unlimited dirt forever. I don't know. So we have water, we have dirt, we have cooling. So a concern that I have is actually that this is too much cooling. I know I'm supposed to do new things, but my base will break if I don't keep on top of these things. Like, look at how blue this is. This is very blue. Look at how blue this is. Look at how blue this is. My base is actually getting to be too cold in some areas and then too hot in others. And I do have to keep on top of that a little bit. I guess it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's fine. At some point, I have to deal with the ice that I have stored in all of these containers. But I can just look at it as, look, that's negative 70 degree. I have a huge heat sink of just 20,000 kilograms. I don't know. Okay, research. What are we researching? How do I get this yellow? Right, I have to build a thing. That's what we're doing. Okay, stations. I already built this. Materials science research. Requires tons of refined... I already have that, don't I? If I had that, I would have put it right here. Awaiting rad this game. Okay, I need rad bolts. Rad bolts feel like they should go at the top left of my base. While my dupes are just sitting here doing stuff, probably, maybe. We're gonna start digging this out. New printables. We're gonna go check that out. I like whenever new printables... We could get a pink unitard. We'll get a plug sluglet. We're gonna get that. I like when this pops up just because it gives me a break from having to think. Like, oh, I can think about a completely different thing for a few minutes. This game has, like, an abundance of things that you can think about all at once. Look at all this radiation. I don't think it matters because we're not going to be like... It would matter if I put a room right here. I could let this be filled in and build further down. Is there any reason not to build further down? Because we're about to hit a bunch of ice that I don't really want to hit anyways. I'm going to hit some ice here, but at least this ice will be shielded from radiation better. That's what I'm telling myself. Okay, let's look at... Breathability is good. Calories are good. Water levels. So these ones are decreasing, but slowly. And it's filling up. And eventually, these will all fill up. How cold are these? These aren't actually that cold. 57. But by pumping cold water into plants, it will eventually cool these down. 41 degrees. 41's pretty low. I don't know. It bothers me that I have so many of these sitting empty. These are CO2 tanks. Wasn't there something I wanted to do with this power too? I feel like there are a million things I want to do. I was gonna move this power up here. And I got a comment explaining to me that the battery got filled up because we delivered some coal to a coal generator, which makes perfect sense. For a second, I thought the game just glitched out and gave me free power, and I was trying to figure it out, because if it gave me free power, then we could cheat everything. So, yeah. I'm going to stop thinking about things. Research. We're supposed to be doing research. To do research, this needed rad bolts. To get rad bolts, I want... Select research. We're already doing that. Valve miniaturization. Sounds good. Except, maybe I want stuff that works with rad bolts now, which is like nuclear power, radiation power. Rad bolt containment. Build a quality cache of rad bolts. That sounds pretty good. Lead suit dock. Ooh, that sounds like it would be good at protecting me from rad bolts. Rad bolt sensor. I might need all of these. Uranium. Rad bolt joint plate. Receives rad bolts from rad bolt generators and directs them through walls. All other materials and elements will be blocked from passage. So, rad bolts are radiation, I think. Rad bolt. Okay, let's... I don't know if I get this orange stuff yet. Let's just go to containment. Ready for transport. I have reflectors. I need a generator. Okay. Attracts nearby radiation to generate rad bolts. Rad bolts are not radiation. Sometimes this game feels overwhelming. Whenever I'm taking on a new task, like completely new task, it feels very overwhelming. This is the thing that I would like next, I think. And to do that, let's just come all the way over here. I'm probably going to make a ladder up. We want to go to the low point, let radiation leak in, and build a rad bolt generator. Hey, that's a rad bolt generator. And move... Okay, so oxygen over here. There just isn't much gas, and it's super cold. God, it's cold. I was gonna say I should pipe up heat, but this whole thing is ice, so it would just melt, which would be a total mess. Alright, I would like to not think about that. So I have to store the ice up here if I don't want to deal with it right now, because otherwise it'll melt. We're cycle 354, by the way. That feels like a lot of cycles. I don't know if this is a good setup at all. Vacuum. Vacuum. I feel like this shouldn't be vacuum, but I must have opened this airlock last. If I'm coming inside, this airlock should have shut first. Then this one should have opened, which would allow gases into here. I'm confused why this is vacuum. I kind of get it because this space is occupied by a liquid. But these three, I would think, should be occupied by some amount of gas. Okay. This liquid carbon dioxide confuses me a bit. That must just be from my dupes breathing. They exhale, it's cold enough that it condenses down into a liquid. The nice thing is, once that stuff drips down here, it should turn back into a gas. And then it'll collect down at the bottom. Okay. Copy settings. Paste settings. Good stuff. So they're picking up carbon dioxide and then storing it up here, I think. I should probably tell them to stop storing carbon dioxide. Is it like solid carbon dioxide, or are they picking up liquid carbon dioxide somehow? Is there ice carbon dioxide? There is. What is the temperature difference between liquid CO2 and frozen CO2? Can I look that up? These are things that I have to understand, I think. Can we just see carbon dioxide itself? Gas, liquid, solid. Okay, solid. Negative 69.8. Nice. Liquid. Gas. Negative 54. So between these two, it becomes a liquid? If it's above 70 but below 55, it is a liquid. I feel like this is below that temperature. The storage bin is, the liquid is at negative 69.7. So it's becoming ice, then I store it. Weird. Okay. And then if this place warms up above negative 70, then it'll become a liquid again. So we're just going to create a cycle if this is like right at the temperature where it becomes a problem. I think I want to store the CO2 down here somewhere with a high priority. You look like you want to be none of these. You want to be liquefiable CO2, carbon dioxide, with a priority of 7. So the hope is they bring the ice down here. It melts into water, which is kind of into liquid, which is kind of a pain, but then it immediately turns into a gas. And maybe it cools the place a little bit. So let's see this in action, maybe. But it's really far away. Okay. I'm also going to say you can't store this, which is going to drop it all out. Okay. No, because you're just storing it up here. And if I assign them to empty out all this carbon dioxide, you know what? We're just going to do it. This is going to keep my dupes busy, but this is a thing that I have to figure out a bit. And I think this liquid is happening. It's not as much of a problem because of these mesh tiles, but I think it keeps becoming a problem where it turns into ice, all that good stuff. How do I have idle dupes? Because the CO2 is like right at that boundary temperature. Okay, over here. If we look at radiation, it leaks through a bit. 125, barely safe, 2%. So I know the Wheezewort was one way to get radiation. If I could get a pip, I could plant those and I could build my radiation generators. They're small. They're very small. I could build these around the Wheezeworts eventually, but right now we're not doing that. Right now, we're coming over here. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying this. Ladder. Hey, it's a new printable. That's a thing that I can do without having to think. I like it. We could get some nutrient bars. We could get some more ice. Frozen water. How are we doing with calories? You know what? Let's just eat something tasty. Don't even look at the dupes. I don't even know how tasty it is. I feel like my food might be going down. It probably is. Ideally, okay. So, no power wire conducted. Ideally, I would be trying to figure out, like, long-term, like, just doing one build every day, but it actually being a thing that doesn't need to be monitored ever again. That was kind of my idea with this, is like, I can just get oxygen going and then just never think about it, and my base is just good. Or not have to think about it for like 100 cycles. But I don't know enough about the game to set up good systems that don't need to be refined over and over and over again. So instead of that, I'm just going to keep playing with things and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we need this station. I think we just need this to be up. Hopefully I get all of my resources back. I believe I do. I got feedback in one of the comments saying that I get all the materials back from deconstruction, I think. And in most games, I would feel like that's kind of cheaty, but this game is hard enough that I don't think that's that cheaty. Okay, so now we can go build that research station. Material Studies Terminal. It has a rad bolt. Can I flip it? No. Does it need to be like really close to those? Let's just give it a little bit of space. Space is good. Dig those out because I don't want things built on ice. And just so I can put my cables and my pipes and whatever else I need. Okay. Select direction. And we've got our cardinal directions plus whatever this is. So we've got 8 possible directions. You can shoot diagonals. Attracts nearby radiation to generate rad bolts. Emits generated rad bolts in the direction of your choosing when the set rad bolt threshold is reached. Rad bolts collected will rapidly decay while this building is disabled. It generates heat. Good, we're building it in a cold place. It has a rad bolt output port. Rad bolts are necessary for producing material science research. That's a thing that we are producing. It contains 0 rad bolts. Okay, it started out at 50. Let's assume that's a good number. Consumes rad bolts. Generates heat. Overheat temperature. So I'm going to need to get electricity over to all of this. 480 a piece. Okay. Okay. I could use heavy watt wire. No, not heavy watt wire. I could use conductive wire. That uses my fancy metal, though. Heavy watt wire just uses regular metal. Heavy watt conductive is very expensive. So this stuff is just ugly. Or I can just run 2 of these. Or I could get down to 2 rad bolt generators. Maybe I should just plan on building around 2. The system would be slightly strained, but only slightly. I kind of like that. I'm going to get rid of this one. I should figure out how they work first, but... Okay. We need power. To get power, I've got my own transformer to the top floor. I would like another transformer. Is there any reason not to cut through to the left? No. No, there is not. Where would I cut through? That's a good question. I'm so looking forward to a second playthrough of this. I know I kind of already started a second asteroid, but like an actual second playthrough where I know what I'm doing. Because I still don't know what I'm doing for that one either. I don't know what I'm doing in this game, period. But it feels like this will be so cool once I already know like what's going on. Kind of. Alright, I need to get heavy wire off to the left. Is that correct? Yes. So we're just going to do that. Not think about it too much. Heavy watt wire. Ugly stuff. I do want to be able to keep these doors here. Is that actually necessary? I think it is. Like, long term, if I'm going to turn this into a park, it would be necessary. How would I do that? I would put this right here. Is that correct? Yes. But I'd want another one right here. Huh. Let's just not think about it too much. That's a future problem. I'm going to have to dig out a bunch of this, which is less than ideal. But I kind of wanted to dig out the ice anyways. Okay. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this to be able to put down a transformer. Why don't I just put down a transformer right here? Transformer can get flipped. That makes more sense to me. I think that makes more sense to me. I'm going to place it here. Take the heavy watt wire. Cancel this. Cancel all of this. Cancel all of this. I'm still going to have to dig through there, but at least now we can dig through with normal wire. Cancel this. Hey, you. Cancel. Perfect. What is this music? This sounds like new music almost. It sounds like a variation on the music that I normally hear in this game. So we want a wire bridge. But I also don't pay attention to music enough, so maybe I'm crazy. I don't care about the natural terrain except for these 3 tiles. Okay. Alright, so power is going to get run. This is... What am I doing? I can't just dig out into space. What the hell is my plan? Huh. So I just want this to be radiation thin material. I feel like I have glass. Like glass that I have salvaged from destroying... There was a building over here. From destroying the building around this, there was another building. From destroying these buildings, wall, granite. Lab window, glass. Deconstruct. Priority 9. I just want to see what this drops. No power. Yeah, that's probably my bad. Not that I need power over here, but I'm going to hook it up just in case. So let's see what this drops. Also, I should be ending this video. This video is supposed to be up today. It's almost noon. Can I get it up in 5 hours? Probably. Glass, manufactured material. Let's go to resources. See all. Glass. I have 230 kilograms. So, ideally, I'd like to build with this. To build with it, base. Tile. But glass is not in here. Drywall. Because it looked like it was a background. It's a building material that's used in other things. If I was a material, I would be under decor. Window tile. Allows light and decor to pass through. I've never even considered decor passing through. That's kind of interesting. Plastic tile. Kind of stupid, but what is an ice block? Can light pass through? Majorly increases decor. Must be sculpted. Okay, so no, this is just a sculpture block. Okay. Signal selector, signal distributor, cartographic module, automation broadcaster, automation receiver. Yeah, those things. That makes perfect sense. All right. We're going to get this printable. And then, we could get grub fruit preserve. Yes, I would like that. Thank you. And then we just found another Wheezewort. I have Wheezeworts on the other asteroid, which I haven't gone to explore. Next time, the plan is to figure out a solution to up here. I might just put an artificial one thick barrier, then dig this out so that the radiation can flow through. My rad bolt generators, we're going to figure out how they work. We're going to do all of that next time. For now, that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching.